Hi, I'm Vicki, one of the nurse managers from Passport Health. This video is meant to help you be more familiar with the equipment you will be receiving and what you will be using during your flu events this year. You'll be receiving 2 boxes, or they will be at the event when you arrive. One box, which will be white or brown like this one, will have your flu vaccines in them. It will probably be smaller than this, but it will have enough vaccines for 100 people, 200 or 300, depending on the size of your event. You'll also be receiving a supply box, which is like this one right here. These are packed for 100 people per event this year. Inside of the box, you will find all of your paperwork and the supplies you need for your event. There'll be a collated packet of paperwork, which will include the information sheets that you need, as well as the sign-in sheets and consent forms. If you are doing an e-consent event, there will also be an iPad in the box. You'll also find all of your supplies will be packed in quantities of 50 this year. So you'll find 50 alcohol swabs, 50 Band-Aids, as well as your needles and your other equipment. You will also find a sharps container, and inside of the sharps container will be the supplies such as tablecloth, office supplies, and things you'll need to get your event going. So I just want to show you one thing, and that is how you put the lid on the sharps container. The sharps container will be one of 2 sizes. I have 2 sizes here. There will be a smaller one and or a larger one, but both have the lids that fit the same way. So I just want to show you how to put the lid on the sharps container. So with each sharps container, there will be a lid. Well, you want to put the lid on until you hear the click of the lid when the lid is attached. You'll just go ahead as you give your vaccines, and you will put the needles inside of the sharps container. And at the end of your event, when you're ready to leave, you will just take the flaps, fold the flaps over. Some sharps containers will have a lid such as this, where there will be a cutout on the sides where these little flaps will fit after you're done with your event. So at the end of the event, you will take these and push them into the little slots until it's closed. And then you will also see these little flaps right here, or tabs. You'll take those, press those together, and those also go into a little spot right here where the tabs fit. So you will just take the sharps container at the end of the event, push in the flaps, push in these, and the sharps container will be sealed and ready to go into the red bag. You'll then take the sharps container, put it into the bag, and then just take this and tie a knot in it, and you will put this into the supply box that you will return. But make sure that the lid is sealed and that you put it in the bag, because we do not want to have anybody in our inventory department to get stuck by any needles. The next thing you will find in your box that's quite important is the emergency kit. You want to make sure you have this emergency kit sitting right by your station as you are giving your vaccines. Now, to give your vaccines, we have a safety needle set that you will be using. It's called a FluRyng, and what you will do is you'll just take out the syringe, uncap it just like you do anything else, clean the top of your vial, and you'll draw out your vaccine. For flu, it will be 0.5, and I am using something here, not flu. You'll draw out 0.5 of your vaccine. You'll administer your vaccine, and then for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to put it back in the bottle. After you've administered the vaccine and pulled the syringe out, you will push on the plunger as hard as you can, and you will either feel or hear a snap. You'll then pull back on the plunger, and as you notice, the needle is going into the barrel of the syringe. You'll break off the plunger. This will go into your garbage, and this part will go into your sharps container. So let me just show you that again. We're going to just demonstrate this as just without any vaccine in it. You'll push the plunger all the way up to the front of the syringe after you've given the vaccine and withdrawn it from the client. You'll hear a pop, or you'll feel a pop once the device is engaged. You'll pull back on the plunger and you'll see that the needle will go into the syringe. You'll then break off the plunger and take the needle and enrobed syringe and put it into the sharps container. The plunger just goes right into the garbage. While you're doing your event, you're going to want to change your gloves between each client, and we do require that you wear gloves. So when you change your gloves, I want you to be sure to use some hand sanitizer. What you will find this year is that there are pads like this in each of the boxes. So you will give your vaccine, take your gloves off, dispose of them into the garbage, and then open one of these and just wipe your hands and go on to the next client. It's very important that you do wear gloves for all of our events. It is a requirement of Passport Health, even though it is not a requirement of OSHA. If you have any questions regarding that, please don't hesitate to call me at the nurse hotline at the number you've been given through all of our training materials. At the end of the event, you'll just take all of the materials that you have not used, the needles and syringes, all of the alcohol swabs, Band-Aids, and things, and put them all back into the box that you received of medical supplies. So just make sure that your sharps container is locked and in the red bag, and you'll put all of your unused supplies such as gloves, alcohol swabs, anything else, as well as the paperwork bag that you will have to put in. You will see on the flap that there is a label, and the label has the instructions for returning the box. And you will find that there is a label, the UPS label, as well as tape strips. You will just tape the box shut, put the UPS label on it, and you will drop it off at UPS. So you'll just put all of the supplies in the box, shut the flaps, and then take the label and the tape out of the envelope. The tape strips are simple to use. They're just on this little piece of paper. You just peel them off and you just attach it to the box. And you will probably receive 4 to 6 tape strips, so just attach them to the main parts of the box that could come open during transport, especially to the edges and to the middle, just like this. And then you will attach the UPS label, and make sure you attach the correct label to the correct box, as the supplies are coming back on different time schedules. And the box is now all ready to go. You'll just drop it off at any UPS store or UPS drop point, or even if you see a UPS driver, he'll take the box as well. With the vaccine box, you'll do the same thing. All of the vaccines will be put into this box with the ice that's still left. You will put the used and unused and partially used vials into the box, and you will also have the same type of a label that you will put onto this box. Make sure you put the correct label with the correct box, because things are being sent back at different rates of delivery from UPS. And you will seal this the same way and just drop this at UPS as well. At the end of your event, make sure to go on to Dayforce and to log in your time. If you do forget to go into Dayforce, make sure you just email the member of the flu HR team that you worked with, and they will take care of documenting your hours for you. If you have any questions throughout flu season, please make sure to call the flu hotline. Somebody will be there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And as you prepare to go out to your events, go with a positive attitude and a smile, and make sure that you have a great day helping our clients to be free from the flu. Thanks. Bye-bye.